Hey guys, so by now you've almost certainly seen the PoE2 full release teaser, including a ton of gameplay for the swords and duelist. This is probably about the 10th video you've seen on swords at this point, so I wanted to do something a bit different. This will be a bit of a deep dive based on what we know from PoE2 DB, as well as the new video, and I'll also do a bit of expectation setting when it comes to how swords might feel to play. The main takeaway for me is that a lot of things in the trailer are present in the Datamining files, which leads me to believe that the files are more accurate than not. With that in mind, let's roll the trailer.
In the arena, glory is witnessed. But in the world...
Here we see our first base type, the Commander Sword.
it is taken.
Right away, we see both an advancing and a retreating move, suggesting that sword skills will have a positional focus akin to spears. This appears to be the arced longsword base, dual-wielded sickle swords, and finally, a sequence showing a keen greatsword using both lightning strike and an interesting-looking fizz-based skill. These appear to be dual-wielded falchions. This appears to be a runic short sword with a shield. Another great shot of those falchions. I think the stances in this game and the animations just look really, really good for swords so far. This looks to be unique as it doesn't match any known base types in PoE2 DB. If I had to guess, it would be a Geonor drop with a weapon-bound skill that costs glory to use. Cyclone looks fantastic. This is just peak ARPG gameplay. And one thing to add is that it appears to be causing or triggering additional attacks, which is something interesting.
I will take what I am owed.
And of course, we get the news that 1.0 is finally releasing on December 11th, which is fantastic. So from the gameplay footage, we have a somewhat decent sense of how swords might play at a baseline level. But gameplay footage can often be misleading, especially when we have no understanding of the gear, support gems, level, etc. for the characters being shown. To help set expectations, I've prepared a table with the currently existing melee archetype weapons and their relative attack speeds. I think this will be one of the best indicators of how skills like Lightning Strike feel to play, and as you can see, a two-handed sword sits pretty squarely in between a two-handed mace and a two-handed quarterstaff. So for those of you who've just played a ton of martial artists, you may find two-handed swords to feel a little bit slow. One-handed swords, on the other hand, are one of the single fastest archetypes, in many cases equivalent with spears. In my experience, melee spear skills such as Rake and Spearfield felt excellent to play with scaled attack speed, and I could see a one-handed sword and board playstyle being really, really satisfying. One caveat is that all of this is subject to change at any point in time, and shouldn't be taken at face value. These are data mined values, this is an early access game, and additionally, far more goes into making a skill or build feel powerful and smooth than just a weapon's attack speed. But if you're wondering, are swords for me, I think this is a pretty good heuristic to use. To summarize, swords look awesome, and I'm super excited to get my hands on them in December. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like, and if I missed anything, please let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.